Hello, beautiful people. The day begins in Istanbul not with a shout, but with a gentle, persistent whisper. Long before the sun itself decides to make an appearance, the city begins to stir from its slumber. From my window, I watched as the sky blushed from inky black to a delicate shade of violet, then slowly warmed to a tender pink. The air, crisp and cool, carried the first call to prayer, a sound that echoes not just through the streets, but through centuries of history. As the sun finally peeks over the Asian side, it casts long golden rays that dance across the rooftops and spill into the narrow cobbled alleys. My journey began in the heart of old Istanbul, the magnificent Sultanahmet Square. This isn't just a plaza, it's a living museum where the echoes of Byzantine and Ottoman empires linger in the air, and history stands shoulder to shoulder. Before me was the Sultan Ahmed Mosque, famously known as the Blue Mosque, a vision of absolute grace and power. Its cascade of domes and 6 slender minarets create an iconic silhouette against the sky. Stepping inside after removing my shoes as a sign of respect was like entering another realm. The name Blue Mosque becomes instantly clear. Sunlight filters through more than 20,000 hand-painted Iznik tiles, bathing the vast prayer-carpeted space in a celestial blue glow. It's a sanctuary of profound peace amidst the city's hustle. Just a stone's throw away stands its majestic counterpart, the Hagia Sophia. What a story this building could tell, a narrative of empires and faiths. Inside, this complex history is layered upon its very walls. Shimmering Christian mosaics of ethereal beauty peek out from beside the grand, sweeping lines of Islamic calligraphy, a visual dialogue between 2 world religions. To stand beneath its colossal dome, an architectural marvel that has defied earthquakes and the passage of time for 15 centuries, is a truly humbling experience. You feel small, a fleeting visitor in a place that has witnessed so much. A short, pleasant stroll leads to the gates of Topkapi Palace, for centuries the nerve center of the Ottoman Empire. It is less a single building and more a sprawling complex of opulent courtyards, lavish pavilions, and lush, secluded gardens, each whispering tales of power and intrigue. From its terraces, the strategic genius of its location becomes clear. One can look out over the confluence of the Bosphorus and the Golden Horn, watching the endless parade of ships sailing between Europe and Asia. It's a view that commands continents. From the imperial splendor of Sultanahmet, I plunged into a completely different kind of kingdom, the Grand Bazaar. The transition is immediate, a shift from serene grandeur to a vibrant, chaotic symphony of commerce that has pulsed with life for centuries. This is not merely a market, it is a city within a city, a sprawling, covered labyrinth of over 60 streets and thousands of shops. As one of the oldest and largest covered markets in the world, getting lost here isn't a risk, but an essential part of the adventure. The moment you step inside, you are enveloped by a whirlwind of sensory experiences. The air is thick with the sweet scent of apple tea, the pungent aroma of exotic spices, and the rich smell of old leather. The constant hum of bartering voices and the clinking of tea glasses create the bazaar's own distinct melody. The sheer variety is staggering. One lane glitters with gold and silver jewelry. Turn a corner and you're surrounded by hundreds of mosaic lamps casting a kaleidoscope of colors. Another alley is dedicated entirely to intricate, hand-painted ceramics, each piece a small work of art. But the true heart of the bazaar lies with its merchants. Many are masters of their craft, with skills passed down through generations. They are not just sellers, they are storytellers. They invite you in, not just to buy, but to share a moment over a glass of tea. This tradition of hospitality is as much a part of the bazaar's fabric as the goods themselves, a core part of the human connection you find here. After the delightful chaos of the bazaar, a stroll along the Bosphorus Strait felt like a calming balm for the soul. This legendary waterway is the city's lifeblood, a shimmering blue ribbon that separates Europe from Asia. The Bosphorus is never still. It is a stage for a perpetual, graceful ballet of boats. Grand cargo ships from distant lands glide majestically towards the Black Sea, while sleek, modern yachts zip across the waves. Dotted along the waterfront are lovely parks and traditional tea gardens, or bahçesi. These are wonderful places to pause one's journey and simply watch the world go by. Here, locals of all ages gather to chat, play backgammon, and sip on tulip-shaped glasses of strong black Turkish tea. The atmosphere was relaxed and convivial, a perfect snapshot of local life. Exploring Istanbul is an adventure that engages all the senses, and taste is certainly not one to be neglected. One of the most iconic street foods is the simit. It is a humble yet utterly satisfying ring of bread, encrusted with sesame seeds, with a wonderfully chewy texture and nutty flavor. As the day progresses, the scent of grilling meat begins to fill the air, heralding the arrival of the mighty kebab. Tender, flavorful meat is shaved from a large vertical rotisserie, then tucked into soft, warm flatbread. Beyond these famous staples, the streets offer so much more. There are vendors selling roasted chestnuts in winter, grilled corn on the cob in summer, and freshly squeezed pomegranate or orange juice year-round. My special moment in Istanbul came not in a grand palace or a bustling bazaar, but in a quiet, shaded courtyard off a small side street. I had paused to rest my feet when I noticed an elderly gentleman sitting alone at a small table, a beautiful inlaid backgammon board set up before him. He looked up, caught my eye, and gestured with a smile towards the empty seat opposite him. We didn't share a language, but it didn't seem to matter in the slightest. The clatter of the dice on the wooden board became our vocabulary, our shared language for the next half an hour. As we played, a small audience of shopkeepers and passers-by gathered, offering quiet commentary and cheerful advice to both of us. It felt as though I had stumbled into a small daily ritual, a cornerstone of this little community's life. As my day in Istanbul drew to a close, the sky transformed into fiery shades of orange and crimson. I found myself reflecting on the city's profound effect as the evening call to prayer echoed from the minarets, a hauntingly beautiful melody settling over the city. In that quiet moment, I began to understand. Istanbul is not a place you can simply see. It is a place you must feel. It's more than a checklist of sights. It's the scent of roasted chestnuts, the taste of strong Turkish coffee, the distant sound of a ship's horn. It seeps into your consciousness, leaving an indelible mark on your soul. It is a city of glorious contradictions, where the ancient and the hypermodern coexist in a vibrant, chaotic harmony. A sleek skyscraper casts its shadow over a centuries-old hammam. Young people in modern fashions sit on steps that Roman legions once marched upon. This dance between past and present is the city's unique rhythm. The city's magic also lies in its people. I was met with such warmth and hospitality, a genuine kindness that went beyond politeness. From the smiling simit vendor to the patient shopkeeper in the bazaar and, of course, my backgammon partner Yusuf. These small moments of human connection are the real souvenirs. Leaving Istanbul feels like saying goodbye to a dear, fascinating, and endlessly surprising friend. It's a city that captures not just your imagination, but your heart, and refuses to let go. It challenges you, changes you, and leaves you longing to return. It is, quite simply, unforgettable. If you love the vibe, hit that like button and smash subscribe for more.